Any particular reason why most of Africa do not change or have the ability of changing governments through the ballot rather than through revolutions or uprisings?
I think there's several reasons for that. Part of it is the whole question of foreign powers that are able to support the regimes in power and not allow people's movements or revolutions to come, to the fore, to be able to come to fruition. The other question is the wider role of the institutionalization of institutions of government. In many of our African countries, the judicial and legislative arms of government usually tend to toe the line of the executive. So you have an emasculation of those second arms of government, the legislature and judiciary, to the executive. And thirdly, we have popular mobilization. In many of our African countries, the political space is really constrained by the executive, so it becomes very difficult for people to mobilize and to actually agitate for their rights. And then lastly is the health of the economy. In many of our African countries, you find the rentier state. In other words, the government relies on one major resource, whether it might be oil, like in Equatorial Guinea or Nigeria, or it might be gold or diamonds in Zimbabwe. And many of our leaders tend to use these resources to benefit themselves, and not only to do that, but also to crush the opposition by buying weapons from abroad and coercing opposition leaders or eliminating them with these resources. So there's a different range of reasons for that. Lastly, I must mention that Africa is a continent of many and diverse countries. So in terms of democratization and popular mobilization, some countries have a lot more space for that than others. So not all countries are the same in terms of this context.